I'm going to be covering the ideal gas law simulation in processing. Hopefully you're at SHS Galbraith in the science simulation section, and right here is where we have the ideal gas law. The first step in this is to go get the code. You can either get it from down below, so you would have to copy all of that, or if you can get to Google Docs, there's a link to that as well. I'm just going to go ahead and go to the Google Doc version, select all, and copy. And then, if you have processing on your computer, or on iPad, or whatever you have, you can use that app, or if you want to use the website version, there's open processing here. So this is where you go to put your code in. So if I delete that and paste in the code that I have, it's significant. That's this tab here. To run it, we're going to go to this one, but there's another step we have to do first. Over here in the settings, this site actually uses two different languages, and we need to make sure we're using processing itself, which is here. So make sure that's selected. So now to run this, I go to this tab. And this is showing a graph of pressure, volume, particles, temperature, and then an actual kind of bar graph going along, as well as a visual that kind of represents what's going on inside of the actual container, the blue representing molecules. So if I want to change anything in this, I switch back to the code view, and up at the top are these variables up here. So you can actually decide what your dependent and independent variables are going to be. So right now, volume and temperature are independent, the moles is constant, and then pressure is dependent on that. Only one of your variables can be dependent, and the others can be either constants or independents. You have your various starting and final volumes, starting and final moles, starting and final temperature, starting and final pressure, though if it's constant, it'll be overridden with whatever your start is. Pay attention to the maximum and minimum. That's mostly so that your computer won't kill itself trying to run the simulation. So if I want to change this, let's say that I want to make the volume dependent and make the pressure constant and set the starting pressure at 300 instead. Now if I rerun this, now the pressure is constant as well as the moles, and it's calculating based on the other values that I gave it. Hopefully that gets you through the simulation.